Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 9 minutes past 8 a.m. and we are doing fantastic. And as promised, we are here for our first lounge of the day, and we are talking all matters film. And you know we are fans of film. And today I'm joined by two brilliant minds, to say the least. So I want us to get into their minds to understand about the film that they have come to talk about. So karibuni sana, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
Feeling good.
You are well?
Yes.
How is your Monday morning? Are you guys morning people?
Personally, I am a morning person.
You're a morning person, so it's no struggle to be here.
Yeah.
Mr. Director, though?
I don't know. I think I'm an every time person.
Yeah, anytime you're needed.
Yeah.
You're my kind of people then. Art and Culture Monday is exactly about that. I want you guys to say hello to our people at home. Tell us what you do, who you are. Alafu, we will jump right into the interview. So we'll start with Mr. Director, producer.
My name is Washington Likale Muyonga.
Yes.
I'm the film director, writer, and producer.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Those are three big hats. We are going to disseminate them in just a minute, but yes.
My name is Makobo Mbaba. First of all, I'm a father to a daughter.
Yes.
My name is Annabelle.
Yeah.
I'm an actor. I'm a voiceover artist. And I'm a TV presenter at KBC, hosting an agribusiness documentary. It airs on Saturdays, 4:30 p.m., named Mkulima.
Yes. Wow, fantastic. I like that, because then you understand what I am doing here. that comes along every once in a while. Karibuni sana. You guys are most welcome to Art and Culture Monday. Here we talk all matters art and culture, and a lot of things to do with health, sexual reproductive health, and conversations around the society in general. So I want to start with Mr. Washington here and just ask when you got into the film industry, and like what that looked like by the time you were getting in, or did you even know this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, this is what I wanted to do.
Yes.
I started in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go well.
Yeah.
So I stopped.
Yeah.
Then
what happened?
I didn't know how to produce.
Yeah.
So I hired someone. They squandered my money.
Yes.
So I said, no, this is not what I'm gonna do. So I came back in 2020.
Yes.
Yes.
5 years later.
Yeah, I was trying to rebrand myself.
Yes.
Then came back now. During COVID, that's when I decided, okay, let's do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So wait, you had a film that you wanted someone to produce on your behalf.
Yeah.
Or what were they producing? A film?
I was very green in the industry.
Yes.
I didn't know what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to go about it. So I just wrote a script and then put it out.
Yeah.
And I approached someone.
Yeah.
He owned a studio. Later on, I saw that film being aired, and it was done by someone. I just laughed and said, "Okay, this is my job," but I didn't get any credit. But it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, 5 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, the the industry is quite harsh and brutal to if you don't know what you are doing. This is why we are having this conversation, so that you don't give someone your money. That must have been hard. So you decided to come back 5 years later. In the course of the 5 years, were you still writing? You went into something completely different?
No, I was still in art.
Yes.
I was still writing. I just I wasn't ready to start producing.
Yes.
But 5 years later is when I came back and started now producing.
Yes. No, you were ready for it. This second time, it's working out well?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm
God
glad.
has been faithful.
You're here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to come back there in a minute. I want Makovo, just say tuambie uliingia kwa hii industry kivipi?
For me, I think it's been different.
Yeah.
I began as a young kid, but I never knew I want to end up here.
Yes.
In churches, I grew up as a Catholic. And so there used to be this church competitions, if you've ever heard of them. So I remember one vivid illustration I could give was one time at Dinnery Space, nikashindwa.
Yeah.
I remember tearing down, and a close friend to my mother gave me an handkerchief to wipe my tears.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I realized I love this thing.
Yeah.
So I got an opportunity to go to a better school, in secondary school, Kangaroo School, and there drama was a serious thing away from rugby and basketball.
Yeah.
And then I got into drama. Still, I hadn't figured out, yes, I knew I loved this, but I hadn't figured out this would turn to a career. So after clearing, that's when I joined Set Books.
Yeah.
That's when now I knew I want to do this.
Yes.
So after joining Set Books, I did for 2-3 years, then stepped into directing stage plays for around close to 2 years. And then when on set, now I went into film. When on set one time, people kept mentioning about voicing and stuff.
Yes.
Like, what are you making money from your voice? I didn't know. I was green up. I mean, I've grown up in Ushago.
Yes.
The only time I could transit Nairobi was while going to Embu to school.
Passing by
just
Nairobi.
passing by. I never knew anything about this industry.
Yes.
So somehow I got to interact with industry players. And that's how I got into voicing.
Yes.
So what happened, I took a whole sabbatical, close to 3-4 years, to learn voicing.
Yeah.
And then now is when I came back to film. When I came back to film, I think I've only appeared in 3-4 shows, and then now is film.
Mtaa Yangu.
Mtaa Yangu.
Wow. So in a way, your journeys are different but similar. In some type of way, you guys met each other when you were getting back into the industry. And we are going to talk about the industry, but a bit later, because I want us to get into the heart of the conversation. But before we do that, are there any other films since 2020? Of course there are. What other films have you directed, written, or produced?
I've written a lot of films. I began writing and producing films just for YouTube.
Yes.
My content was majorly for YouTube. And then I did a feature called Tested.
Yes.
We premiered it last year at Anga IMAX. It's right now retailing on My Movies Africa.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so that was my first feature to produce.
Yes. How did Tested go?
It went well. It went well.
Yeah, the reception of the people?
Well, it wasn't as great as this one, but people loved it. I loved it because it showed my effort.
Yeah. And you have to start somewhere.
Yes.
You know, there needs to be somewhere that, there needs to be somewhere we are picking up from. So from the last feature to this one. Makovo, what other film have you been in since you came back to the industry?
My first debut as an actor was Makutano Junction. I played the young Mabuki.
Yes.
Young Mabuki was, if you know Raymond Ufula, the great.
Definitely.
I played him as a young kid. So his flashbacks were me in Makutano Junction.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Notably, shows that are notably I've featured in Country Queen as one of the engineers.
Oh, yes.
I am in Salem as Mr. Ngomani, that is the deputy principal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are doing well. It seems like you hit the ground running. It is good to see, work after work after work. Sometimes there's a little bit of distance between works, but I like that you are consistent from this one to this one to this one. That is good news. Let's get to the heart of this conversation, which is Mtaa Yangu. Let's start with the brainchild, Mtaa Yangu. What inspired the film?
So this story.
Yes.
3 years ago.
Yes.
Just when I was coming back into the industry, a good friend, Moses Ngwe, came to me and told me, I have this great story. We sat down. He gave me the shell of the story. I said, okay, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I started writing 3 years ago.
3
years ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so I wrote, threw it away, picked up again, wrote, and then last year, a good friend, Benteke, Bernard Ujua, came on board, and we started writing. We spent sleepless nights just trying to write this incredible masterpiece.
Yes.
And then I think we finished writing in December last year.
Yes.
That's when we put a full stop and said, okay, if we do anything above this, we will be able doing the story.
Okay, so I want to know, in the course of 3 years, what was most tasking about writing this story?
Just trying to disseminate every character.
Yeah.
You have G, his life, his backstory, what does he do? You have Nancy, you have Bobo, and all these characters have to make sense. All these characters have to connect.
Yes.
You have so many themes in the film. You have love, you have corruption, you have so many things that you're trying to tell, and you have to tell all these things and make these characters make sense.
Yes.
So that, I think, it wasn't hard, but it was just challenging.
Yeah.
You know, scene after scene after scene, they have all to make sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sequence.
Yeah.
Rather, the way the events are following up each other had to make sense.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of work. I think you've used the perfect term. It's not hard, but it's definitely a lot of work that needs to be put into it. So then, how did you meet Makovo in this? Was there casting? Like, how did you do your casting for the film?
Oh, so I'm going to start with him because he's here. We had guys who wanted to play this film, but we were disappointed, and they pulled out.
Yeah.
So I remember.
Wait, the whole cast.
Not the whole cast.
Yeah, or the main.
The main people pulled out. So I remember a friend called Lillian. We were having a chat, and she told me that, you know, I have someone who can play this role, and that's how I was introduced to Mbatha.
Yes.
So I went to meet Mbatha on Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday, when I called him, he was out of Nairobi.
Yeah.
So he told me, you know what, I'm gonna meet you later next week. So I meet him on Tuesday, and that very week on Sunday, we are starting to film. But when you watch the film, you'll think we've been with him.
He's been there the last 3 years.
Yes.
So let's hear it from Mbatha for a minute. When you got the call and received the script, because I think that is among the first things, what did you think about it? Before we get to that, you're shooting it a few days.
Well, I met him.
Yes.
He explained the whole vision.
Yeah.
He explained about the story. Listening to him, I loved the story.
Yeah.
When I got the script, I looked at 114 pages.
Yes.
In 5 days.
Ooh.
Yeah. And G is the lead.
Yeah.
The role I'm playing. So it was quite tough and hectic for me within those 5 days. I had a lot of research to do. And G is not any other simple role you can meet on the road.
Yes.
It's quite complicated because he's a guy who really has love for his home, Kasarani Mwiki, and at the same time is someone who is in politics.
Yes.
He's a youth leader, and he has helped a politician rise from the space of a welder to an MCA to an MP. And this particular person now looks down upon his home that he loves.
Yeah.
And again, he's faced with a love story. So it's quite a clash. He has to find a balance.
Yes.
And he's still leading guys who collect taxes in this particular Mwiki space.
Yeah.
And he does not want them to go to crime.
Yes.
He's really a genuine person at heart, but he's forced by his surroundings to step up and go back to his past life of crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot for one guy. That is a lot for one person to be dealing with, and you had to get that in line in 5 days.
Yes.
Is he mad talent? Can we talk about him like he's not here? Like what?
Honestly, I enjoyed every second of working with him.
Yes.
Because he's easy. He has a lot of experience compared to me.
Yes.
He started this journey way before me, but telling him that, you know, your role dictates that you should speak like this, you should move from here to here, you should just do this. He's easy.
Yeah.
He's an easy person. If he feels like that's not what the character he's embodying feels, he wouldn't shout.
Yeah.
He would come to me and tell me, you know what, I feel like this and this and this.
Yeah.
I feel like I should do this. How about we do it like this? If it makes sense, okay. If it doesn't, we'll do it your way.
Yes.
So he's an easy person to work with.
So apart from talent, he's also easy to work with. I like that, because some people with talents out here are giving producers a hard time. But yes, and directors are really hard time. How was your experience working with other? Because now you're representing your fellow actors and actresses in the film. How was just that whole experience?
I think a great actor is not about you.
Yeah.
It's about the person feeding you.
Yes.
And I think I fed a lot from them. Confidently, I fed a lot. And that helped me in my journey of embodying G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a big congratulations to all of you. I know all of you are not here, but tunawapigia makofi. You from Mbatha, you did an amazing job together. The film, no, before you go to the premiere, you've talked about the themes that it covers, but I just want you to go through them a bit one more time. What are the themes covered what are the main themes that are covered in the film? Like, what message did you want to translate to the people?
So, one, we have loyalty.
Yes.
We have love and relationship. We have politics.
Yes.
We have corruption. We have thug life.
Yes.
We have and I think those are just the main, but we have so many themes that we're trying to tell through this story.
Yes.
And what we're trying to show is that in informal settlement, these are things that happen. First of all, this story is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
Yes.
Is it in Kasarani Mweke?
No.
I read that and all that. Okay.
No, it's like we filmed it in Kasarani Mweke.
Yes.
We owned the story in Mweke, but the true story happened elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we're trying to show is that these are things that usually happen.
Yeah.
We have a lot of politicians who use the youth in a wrong way.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have youth that help these guys get into office, and once they've gotten what they wanted, you're dumped. It's like, I was using you to get elevated in this office.
Yes.
After that, they've moved on.
Yeah.
And we were also trying to show that there's always compromise in relationships.
Yeah.
What are you willing to sacrifice for your partner? What are they willing to sacrifice for you?
True.
And you don't always win.
Yeah.
You
do not.
Yeah, you don't always get to win. Just because you're sacrificing for the person doesn't make you entitled to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have so many themes that we were trying to portray.
Now we can tell why it took 3 years. Like, when you listen to him, you can tell. I want us at this juncture to watch the trailer, because I feel you who is watching at home need to understand what we are talking about. So at this juncture, let's just take a look at the trailer and then come back and talk about the where, the when, where can you see it, where can you get it, and all of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, malizia hiyo nyang'ao.
Je, ulisema utashughulikia bana?
Tushinda kwa street kila time tukiclean damu zinamwaga kwa streets. Nafikiri utaoa wenzako na ubaki ukiishi, si ndio?
Hii ni meeting ya wera. Tuko na deal moja safi. Wase, expect uje wapi?
Hatuwezi tu watoa bila compensation plan.
And we can't wait for his next move.
Wewe kwanza tufanyangi kazi tulipe fine zako, umesikia?
Malaya nini?
Malaya unanibinyanga gasia. Niwache.
Nyamaza nini?
Iprotich.
Wewe ni mtu mdogo sana, like
Bizi yangu hapa wewe.
Bizi gani umbwa hii bizi yako mangu?
Matako. Hii ni bizi yangu. Will you be my girlfriend?
And that is just a snippet, the tip of the iceberg of what is happening in the film Mtaa Yangu. And there's something I didn't want to miss. How was filming an action film? Because like there's a lot of action going on there. There's a lot of nonsense that can be done when shooting an action movie. That makes it look. But how was that entire? Because it came out well. What I am seeing, I like. It feels like this was real. This was happening. Yeah. How do you hack that, and how was just that general experience? But from the actor to the writer, how was that?
It was heavy.
Yeah.
It was quite heavy. I remember one particular scene when I went back to crime and we had to do one last heist.
Yes.
We took all night filming that. Yes. It was a roadblock, and of course we had security on set.
Yeah.
And we had seasoned actors. Just to mention a few, Nathan Likavu, those who had been on set and done action movies before.
Yeah.
And so, I think we were well equipped with handling guns.
Yeah.
And stuff, and But it was heavy. Honestly, it was heavy. Any time you could hear we're going for an action scene, you just know it's gonna take all your energy, with sweat and blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the outcome was definitely worth it. I'm very intentional about seeing how the action space in film is coming up, and we are doing well. Courtesy of Mtaa Yangu, we are doing very well. Let's go back to the premiere because our time is almost up. How did the premiere go, and then where can we get the tickets? Where is the film premiering as of now?
So the premiere went very well.
Yeah.
Very well. We had the premiere on Friday.
Yes.
At Anga IMAX Plaza. It was amazing. People turned up.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. So where are the other wares? Where can we find it?
So right now, today, the film is going to be showing at Anga CBD.
Yes.
At 5 p.m. Today, it's going to also be at Anga Diamond Plaza, 5:30.
Yes.
You can grab your tickets on Kenya Buzz, and you can go watch it there.
Yes.
I'd like to mention just one more thing.
Yes, please.
You know, in this film, I didn't produce alone.
Yes.
I had immense help from Affinity Pictures, headed by Tracy Amadi, and Crimson Multimedia, headed by Trushna Patel. These two ladies worked incredibly well to make sure that we deliver the story that we wanted to tell in our own language. And it has a lot of sheng.
Yes.
A lot of sheng. A shout out to Benta.
Yes.
That's some words I don't even understand. Yeah.
Wow. So Benta, wherever you are, we appreciate you for bringing the Kenyan vibe in there. Mbata, I want you to take this opportunity and just tell guys at home to watch Mtaa Yangu, just to be in a nice good wrap. Yes.
Allow me to say this. On Friday, 2 cinemas sat Kenyans watching Kenyan film, and that was historic. And we are the only persons who can build this culture of watching Kenyan.
Yes.
So let's not just stay at home and rest, but let's talk about Mtaa Yangu, let's talk about Kenyan films, and let's create a culture of watching Kenyan in the cinemas and on our screens.
Yes.
Well, I invite you to walk this journey with us, Mtaa Yangu, on our screenings at Anga Cinemas, Parklands, in CBD, at Greenspan Motion Cinemas, and at Junction Mall. So check the schedule on Kenya Buzz.
Exactly. The tickets are going for just 1,000 bob.
Just 1,000
yes.
bob.
And we said 1,000 bob is kidogo sana in comparison to the quality that you are getting. And we said, watch Kenyan film. This is how to support. This is how to scream so that we are doing something here, something that is worth watching. I think, is there anything else that you are yet to say, Mr. Producer?
I wish to say that a huge thank you to the cast and crew that made this
Definitely.
film. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
I couldn't have asked for a better team.
Yes. Even with the first team, doing what they did. Maybe that was for a good reason. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. It's been an honor and a pleasure. The best gift that you and I can give them is to go to Kenya Buzz, get your ticket, see the schedule. They have a lot of different timings. So whether you're from work or before work, you will find some time. Kenya Buzz, just 1,000 bob. Just check for Mtaa Yangu, and you're going to be enjoying a phenomenal, fantastic, meticulously put together film that is called Mtaa Yangu. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for staying here. I'm going to be getting your comment after the break, but right about now, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, malizia hiyo nyang'ao.
Je, ulisema utashughulikia bana?
Tushinda kwa street kila time tukiclean damu zinamwaga kwa streets. Nafikiri utoa wenzako na ubaki ukiishi, si ndio?
Hii ni meeting ya wera. Tuko na deal moja safi. Wase, expect uende wapi? Hatuwezi tu watoa bila compensation plan. And we can't wait for his next move.
Wewe kwanza tufanye kazi zako, umesikia?
Malaya.
Leo unanibinyanga. Ni wache niwache.
Nyamaza nini?
Iprotich.
Wewe ni mtu mdogo sana like
Busy yangu hapa wewe.
This guy mbwa
Tako, hii ni busy yangu. Will you be my girlfriend?
kasi ni kukimbizana mtaa na kisichana kijinga